Hello everyone, I'm a registered doctor and I've been diagnosed with ligma, phlegma, and segunda. Let's talk about that. Just kidding, what is going on y'all? It is your boy Timson Almanate, and in this video, like we always do, we are going over some good old analyzation of the Tarkov sensation. We're going over some Tarkov deaths. We're going to watch the clips back. We're going to analyze what we did wrong, and we're going to analyze how we can fix it and improve the next time. Like I always say, I appreciate and I love every single one of y'all, man. And if you enjoy this video, make sure to hit that sub button, hit that fuck button, and that nut button, and all those buttons that make you just want to cum. And with that being said, let's get right into it. So the first scenario, y'all, we are on our way to the middle of new construction, and now we're actually on our way to extract, but we end up seeing somebody on the top of new construction. We end up scoping it out, and my teammate says, hey, I want to fight this. Even though we've got loot, I want to fight this. And I was like, hey, I'm always down for a fight, so we'll play it, and then we'll talk about what happened.
He just ran out.
All right.
He's running towards middle.
Gotcha.
Oh, I'm getting shot at behind him. Behind us.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm dead.
Well, all right. Yup. Behind us. I'm dead. Yeah. I didn't even have a fucking painkiller ready.
Okay, y'all, so let's talk about that. So first and foremost, y'all, we forget about the bare bone basics, okay? We know sometimes no matter how high of a level you are on Tarkov or how much you play, sometimes you forget about the basics, and that ended up getting me killed here. Very first mistake that we make is that I never popped a painkiller. Whenever you go into a fight, the very first thing you want to do is pop a painkiller beforehand, because people like to go for the legs. And if they're able to shoot you in the legs and get you out in the open, you're pretty much a sitting duck because you can't do anything about that. So always pop a painkiller when you get in a fight, so if a grenade blacks your legs out or someone else does, you can still keep on moving. So we forget to do that. That's the first mistake. The second mistake right here is that as we're waiting on this guy, my teammates are shouting, hey, he's going out to the middle. Now, the biggest mistake that we both make here is we start shooting at this guy while he's out in the open. What we could have done is we could have tracked this dude. We could have tracked him all the way down and got to a more secure area. The only thing that we were thinking is tunnel vision, like I've talked about in my previous videos. I think to myself, okay, he's in front of us now, let's shoot now. But if you don't have the kill shot, 9 times out of 10, it's not worth taking that shot. So that's the second mistake there that we make. We start shooting at this guy. He's in the middle, you know, we're out in the middle and exposed, and we're not even thinking about the fact that someone could be potentially behind us. We're so tunnel vision on this guy that we completely disregard it. Even though my friend's screaming, I'm getting shot from behind, I'm trying to focus on this guy now because I'm like, either way I'm going to die. I'm probably going to get sandwiched, so I might as well try to focus on this guy. I end up shooting at him a little bit. I turn around and my teammate's dead. And when I come on top of this hill, the guy is actually right here. I don't see this guy. I'm panicking and I'm running around. I'm trying to think, you know, oh man, where's the guy that killed my teammate? I'm looking at everything close to me. I'm looking at, and this is an awareness issue right here. You know, if my friend's being sniped at, I have to think if he's a sniper, he's probably gonna be more in the distance, right? So I'm checking this freaking bobcat thing right here. I'm checking these pipes. I'm checking this. I'm checking everything but the train tracks. And that's when you think about it, the most obvious place this guy could be. So, you know, I don't see him until last second. I'm like, oh, he immediately takes my legs out, which is smart on him. And as you can see, before I even die, I call it out. I'm like, yep, I'm dead here. I'm like, oh, he's gonna kill me. I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely dead. I'm like, I don't even have a painkiller. This guy, wherever this person is in front of me, if he doesn't kill me, if he didn't reposition, if he doesn't kill me, I'm on top of this big hill too. If he doesn't kill me, this other guy behind me is. And as you can see, I'm immediately headshot, and that's the end of that. So the biggest thing we can learn from this situation, the biggest mistake that was made here, besides not popping a painkiller, is fighting out in the open. What me and my teammate could have done, and I talked to him about it, and he was like, oh, I just didn't want him to get away, because by the time we would have rotated up, he could have been the guy that we were shooting at, the first dude, this guy right here, he could have been already gone. But that would have been the safest thing for us to do. In a situation like this, you never want to fight out in the open unless you're ready to close in on the kill. Another thing we could have done in this situation is that we could have also pushed forward. My friend could have gotten behind this, so that way his back wouldn't have been exposed out into the open behind, and we could have just pushed this guy heavy. But because we're out in the middle, like I said, you know, we're so overexposed, we're getting shot from both angles. I go on top, I'm panicking, I see the dude, but it's too late. He blacks out my leg, and then that is the end of me. So never take fights out in the open, number one, and number two, always make sure to pop them freaking painkillers, man. That must be a habit of yours. But on to the next. So this next scenario, y'all, is nothing too crazy, but we're once again back at our OG home, the good old dorms, and we end up hearing somebody that's on the second floor. He ends up killing one of my teammates, and it's just me and this other teammate left, and we're like, let's just sandwich this guy. Let's hurry on up before anybody else comes. So we're going to go ahead and play this, and then we'll talk about it.
Throwing a nade down there. I killed one. Oh, behind me. What? Who? Someone came up from behind me?
All right, let's talk. All right, and I ended up rewinding it back just a little bit more so that way we can see the full thing. So the thing right here, y'all, one of the biggest mistakes, right, is the amount of time that it takes. Like I've said in previous videos, sometimes you just have to chat up and push someone, you know. What he ends up doing is he ends up throwing a grenade, I'm throwing grenades, and as you can see right now, especially with this, is that I'm wasting so much time. There's just so much unnecessary movement. I'm going back and forth. I'm baiting out shots, I'm popping. He ends up throwing a grenade. He throws a grenade, I throw another one, and I end up killing him. But what ends up happening is that I'm taking way too long to make a move. After I hear the grenade go off and I hear that I get a kill, I'm like, okay, I just killed him, but I'm still out in the open. With all these grenades going off, what is someone else going to think? They're going to think, okay, this is the perfect time for me to flank somebody. This is the perfect time for me to come up because they're not going to hear me with all this nades going off and stuff like that and them shooting and all this. So I was out in the open for way too long, being way too overexposed, not really thinking about behind me, and once again being tunnel vision. What I could have done is I could have done what most people do, is when you throw a grenade, you could push with it. So I should have thrown a grenade a long time ago and ended up pushing up with that grenade to kill this guy, so that way I wouldn't have to be out in the middle. This guy ends up shooting me, and at this point, I'm not going to even lie, man. I'm panicking like a motherfucker. I noticed that one shot ends up blacking both of my legs out, and I've got a heavy bleed, and I know it's a KS-23, and I don't know where this guy is. But now playing it back, he is sitting right here. But when I turn around, I snap so fast, I'm just panicking. I'm just shooting anywhere. My first immediate thought should have been to shoot in this little door frame right here, because he's either going to be in one of these door frames. He's either going to be right here, or he's going to be into the kitchen. But I turn around, I panic spray. I'm like, where is this guy? And before I can even get a couple shots off, he ends up killing me. And on top of that, as I can see, after I end up getting the grenade kill with this guy, I'm shooting at this guy's legs, where his legs would have been anyway. So I'm pretty sure that this guy would have ended up killing me. My friend ends up killing him, but no big deal there. So the biggest thing when it came to this fight right here is just being too passive, man. Sometimes you got to be aggressive and you have to turn on them. So I'm going to watch this again. I throw a grenade right here, and I throw a grenade, I wait for it to detonate, which is fine. And then he ends up throwing a grenade, which pushes my friend back. And like I said, look at this, we're just wasting so much time. My friend goes back outside. I'm sitting here, I'm strafing back and forth. He throws another grenade, once again, still wasting time. I end up throwing a grenade, or I end up peeking, and I see where's this guy at. I peek, I pop a shot, and then right here, I just see a grenade coming down. It's an F1 coming down the hallway. So even when he threw the grenade, I didn't even have to throw a grenade myself. I could have used the chances that since he was going to keep spamming grenades, I could have just taken that chance and tried to catch him in a grenade throwing animation. But like I said, when I finally do throw a couple of grenades and I hear that death animation, I still didn't push up. I should have immediately pushed forward after I heard that death sound. Maybe I was afraid and timid, thinking that there could have been someone else, but even then, that's really no excuse, right? I should have pushed up. And that is it for this video, y'all. That is the end. Like I said, the main things that we went over is that never to be caught out into the open and be overexposed, and to be thinking about every single direction you can get shot from. West, east, south, west. I said it west twice. West, east, north, and south, northwest, southeast, wherever, be making sure that all your positions are good to go. Make sure that, you always pop a painkiller before you get into a fight. You never ever want to engage a fight not being on painkillers, because that's a sure way to get caught out in the open and die. And sometimes it's better off to just be extremely aggressive and push and not be timid. Or if you're going to be passive, be thinking about all the other situations and scenarios that can play out, or people that can sneak up on you, instead of just being out in the open and staying in one spot too long. We talk about it in all our videos, but being in a spot for too long and being too passive in Tarkov always gets you killed. But with that being said, y'all, I appreciate y'all that click on this video, man. It makes my freaking jangles jolt with pride. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash all those freaking buttons. I say, y'all. Oh, and one more thing, y'all. For those of y'all who are interested in content creation, or you just want to become a YouTuber, down below in the description, I will have a brand new beginner-friendly content creator mini course, as well as if you truly enjoy the content, you love these nice, juicy, buttery 60 FPS frame rates, I will have links down below to my exact PC setup and the specs. They are affiliate links, so I do get a little commission if you use them, but it is no additional cost to you. For those who enjoyed this video, I'll catch y'all later. Tim918 out of this mother trucker fucker dude.